Hello everyone. In today's screencast, we're going to be talking about writing, and specifically how to state a viewpoint when you write a paragraph. First of all, let's quickly review what a paragraph is. Well, basically, it's 3 or more sentences that have a main idea and supporting information. In other words, ideas that explain or give examples of the main idea. Each paragraph also has its own purpose. Does it want to persuade you of an idea, warn you of something, and explain? And this is in addition to the main idea. And all sentences in a paragraph follow one another. And here we can see 1, 2, 3 paragraphs. Here we can see they're slightly indented. We can see that they're more than one sentence. All the sentences follow one another. And if we read them carefully, we'll see that each has a main idea and supporting information. So now let's talk about viewpoint or opinion paragraphs. First of all, what is a viewpoint? A viewpoint is an opinion. It's something you think or believe about someone or something or an idea. We all have our own opinions and viewpoints, and we express them. And we're going to look and see how we can express them in writing in a paragraph. So first of all, an opinion paragraph has basically 4 parts. The first, your viewpoint, what you think, your opinion, and this is usually stated in the first sentence in what we call the topic sentence. It's the main idea of the paragraph. Your next part of your paragraph has to prove that your opinion is correct. So you have to give a main reason for your view. Why do you think this? Why do you believe this is the correct viewpoint or opinion? And then you need to give reasons or examples that support that idea, and these we call supporting details. And finally, we always end with a conclusion, and that usually restates or says again your viewpoint. But what's different between this last sentence and the first sentence is it has some kind of conclusion. Okay, so let's take a look at the topic sentence. First of all, we have to see, do we support an idea or not support an idea? And we show the reader that very, very quickly by stating it clearly. I strongly agree, I disagree, I don't agree, I'm for, I'm against, and then the idea. So here we have the idea, climate change is the major challenge we're facing today. That's the main point, the idea, and now the rest of the paragraph needs to prove that. So first we need to get a main reason. I believe, I think. And then one opinion could be, since climate change affects the whole planet, it must be solved globally, or let's say a negative. As many scientists claim, climate change is exaggerated and is not really a problem. But I'm going to go with this one. This is more my opinion. So what do I do next? I've stated it, and now I need to give the main reason. That main reason. Why do I believe that? And here I begin with the word because, which is always a reason. Because climate change affects the whole planet, it must be solved globally. And then I need to introduce each detail. I have to give my supporting. And by beginning each point with a connector, I as a writer help the reader see that I have 3 reasons. First, moreover, finally. And each of these points support that it has to be solved globally. It's not local. Agriculture affects the seas, not just land. And then I need to restate my conclusion, restate what I believe. And I begin with a connector that shows the reader, hey guys, this is the conclusion. This is the end. To sum up, in brief, in short, to conclude, all in all, in conclusion. Every country in the world needs to work together to solve a problem that affects us all to prevent a global disaster. And that's my conclusion, that if we don't do work together, this is going to happen. Because I want to leave the reader with something to think about. A global disaster? I don't think so. Not something I want. Let's take another look. And here we can see that it begins with a viewpoint. It gives a main reason. And here we can see the connectors to begin with, another reason, finally, to conclude, so that I can go back and find the supporting details with these kinds of connectors. I know that the beginning is always going to be the main viewpoint, and the end is going to have the conclusion. Again, the main viewpoint, the main reason, as well as the conclusion. It's not always easy to sit down with a blank piece of paper and write. And that's why it's sometimes a good idea to brainstorm or use a graphic organizer like this to help us think out and organize our ideas before we write. So we can start with, okay, what's my opinion here? And then give the reasons. And then the conclusion. And then basically what I need to do is just put it all together so that I have a paragraph. So when you write your opinion paragraph or state your viewpoint, start to think it out before you sit down to write.